Season 2 with the Maine Mariners begins in this episode. The team, of course, has changed drastically, not only as compared to what it looked like heading into last season, the initial squad, and all the changes that that we underwent last year thanks to the Rangers and Hartford Wolfpack. The team's looking drastically different when compared to what it looked like a month into free agency due to all the players that we lost. That said, the squad itself still looking pretty solid. Whether or not we're able to properly manage the cap, whether or not we're going to be able to properly manage the whole under 26 rule, I don't know. It's going to be very weird to see how this all plays out with this team right now. As it is, we do not have an extra defenseman, and I think actually we will be allowed. I don't remember. Am I allowed to put in Zanetti with us still having the proper limits? Yeah, we're still at 14. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're okay. Acoin and Andrusiak will not be in, which concerns me a little bit, but pretty much all of our forwards are 2 stars anyway. So obviously the defense is a little bit weaker than I would have hoped, but that's just kind of how it's worked out because of that ruling. We'll make changes to the team if we have to. Not to mention the goaltending is also going to be much worse than I wanted. I mean, it's going to be Dylan's team, his opportunities to succeed starting off here, because for the moment we have Jamie Phillips sitting in the minors, technically, because there's nothing I can do. We're going to have to make trades, right? And the one thing that I wanted to do before simming our first game or making any trades, I wanted to look at how we compare to some other teams. And in fairness, when I see a team like the Manchester Monarchs, I am scared because I feel like our roster was looking okay. And then you look at that team, and I am immediately worried. Also, that's not their color scheme. The Newfoundland Growlers also half decent, but of course they're getting some decent help from the Leafs with Kaskisuo, Timashov, and Mason Marchment. Man, maybe we don't have as good of a roster as I was hoping. You got Norfolk, Orlando, also looking decent. Rapid City has 2 3-star players, including Adam Wilcox, who was great last year. Reading has some top-notch talents. Boy, oh boy, I am not confident about our chances at all now. At the very least, we need to find a way to get Jamie Phillips into the lineup, which is going to involve probably trading 2 defensemen, probably trading like a Duncan Siemens. I can't trade Anderson, but probably trading Siemens and Zanetti for a younger defenseman, or just trade them to get rid of them and then sign somebody else. That looks to be the move. So already, I have no choice. We need to make some moves here, don't we? So let's see what we can possibly do in terms of these deals to try and adhere to what happened to be, in my opinion, ridiculous rules. So Zanetti, I hate that I have to get rid of you, but I really have no choice. And Charlie Dodaro might also have to be on the way out. He's a bit too old. He's a bit too old. So the question is, what the hell could I possibly get back? And especially to like a Kravchenko, a Dennis Kravchenko. He had 61 points last year. That's a balanced offer. Okay, how good was he? Right, so we're looking at like a 2-star player at best. That is rough. And actually, I'll go back and look at Adirondack again. So out of your 2-star players, I mean, a Shane Conacher is available. A center would admittedly be nice. They have Tyler Boland. I suppose it's a question of whether or not I do want to go for a center or not. I think I do. Really, it's a question of whether or not I want to try and hunt somebody down that has a little bit of name value at center, which if I try to do that, that is going to be a massive pain in the ass, I'm quite sure. But, knowing me, I am going to sit here and do just that, because why the hell not, right? Right, and in fairness, this is a terrible idea. I might just go for Cameron Brace if that's good enough, and it might not be because of his potential. We'll see once we get the other two added back into the deal. Oh my god, that's not good. Zanetti. And let's go for Dodaro again. They'll never accept. They can't add that much salary to the payroll. Oh boy, this is going to be more difficult than I was hoping, isn't it? Right. Well, we'll go back to Adirondack then. Let's see if we can work this out. So you guys offer me Boland, right? Pretty straightforward. You take Zanetti. Tyler Boland just signed. Right. Adirondack has a budget of 227, 297. Is there another team? 223, Cincinnati. I don't think they had anybody. I'm going to go to the bottom of the list really quickly. Worcester. They are not paying anybody. And apparently, actually, no, I think it's Manchester that they were saying had a chance of potentially folding, which would be a damn shame. Let's see. And speaking of, well, here, let's take a look. Wichita. They don't have much space. I need a team like Utah that's paying, or, you know, just they're paying nobody. Utah will probably be the worst team in the league this year. Dom Malatesta probably just got there if I had to take a guess. So let's see. Toledo. Do you have anybody here that kind of fits the bill? I should have done this off screen, so to speak, but I legitimately didn't know I was going to do this. So just very spur of the moment, right? Stepan is 25. That's perfect, actually, if we can get this to work, which I pray that we do. So there's Zanetti and Zach Stepan just signed there. Good Lord. 215 for Norfolk. Do you have anybody? I'm begging you. Blake Tatchell. Great name. Did he just sign with you? I'm going to guess the answer is yes, because I've had no luck otherwise. Yep. Oh, my God. All right. What's a better move? To just shop them for a random player so that we have depth? No, that's not, because, man, that wouldn't make sense. Because those players, I mean, technically I could just immediately buy out those players, but, yeah, it's going to be rough. Regardless, Tim Clifton is 27, and again, it's probably going to take a 2-star player. Jaden Hart or Shipley. I'm going to guess, then again, with all these guys, they're all on 1-year deals, which means more than likely they all just got there. Yeah, we're stuck. So, let's, I mean, again, we're stuck with O'Donnell, we're stuck with Anderson. Let's immediately shop Zanetti. Hate to say it, but he's got to go. And we'll bring back somebody if it's worth it. If it isn't, I might just buy out Zanetti. Whatever's cheaper. Jesse Schultz is 2 stars, but he's 37, so that doesn't help. Daniel Milan is a 1.5 stars, but he is 27. Adirondack Matt Cope is a bit too old. So they're offering me decent players, but they're all too damn old for what we're looking to do here, so it doesn't help. If I were to buy out Zanetti, it would be 16 grand. I gotta be honest. I think that's the only way around it, right? Like, we have to get younger. I mean, Zanetti's 2-star. We have other 2-star defensemen as well. Technically, Zanetti's higher up on the chart than someone like a Sam Jardine. All right. I think it's Jardine. Maybe buy out Jardine and Dodaro. Is there anybody better on the free agent list? Is my next question. Okay, there are still good players on the free agent list. Tyler Ennis, come on down. That's never going to happen. So let's make changes here, shall we? And anybody who is over the age of 26, I am now looking at with utter disgust, because they're ruining it for me. So Ryan Walters, we just signed you. And, you're expensive. You are expensive. And then we got the Maine-born Trevor Florent, which, I gotta be honest, he's gonna be cheaper to buy out. So, Trevor, I'm sorry, you're gone. Sam Jardine, you are also going to be gone. And we might be okay from there. I do need to sign, preferably a better center. And probably need to bring in somebody else. Well, then again, even defensively, like, that's the only space I'm going to have to call up somebody else that we can bring in Jamie Phillips. So let's go ahead and get rid of Dodaro as well. And we should be okay. So I'm going to hopefully call up Jamie Phillips. We'll increase that cap hit. Let's drop Cleary. And we'll see if we can get this roster set up and organized. So right now we have 7 defensemen on roster, which is fine. And technically we are at 13 out of the 14 limit-wise. So Bison or Howardchuk. Let's go for Ben Howardchuk. Call him up. And where are we at now? So that's the 14. Technically we have 1 too many players. Defense, we're at 7. So we are probably... Wait, what were we at? So now we're at 14, but I still have to drop somebody. Who the hell am I going to drop? I mean, granted, it could be a defenseman, then we just call up someone if there's an injury. So T-Sync. Well, actually, nope. I have to still send down somebody else. Yeah, Zanetti, you're gone too. That's the only way. Zanetti's gone too. And that should have us at 20. 14 players. We're good. Quote unquote good. Not enough players. What the hell do you mean not enough players? Set up organization. Bam. Bam. There we go. And we want Jamie Phillips to be the starter there over Dylan. So the roster is at least looking better. Now it's just a matter of filling out the roster with a couple of, like, the best 25 and under players that we can find. But at the very least, we have the roster set up now as to where Jamie Phillips is here. So we will try to bring in a 2-star defenseman or 2 and probably another forward. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, we do have 4 roster spots. So let's see what we can find. Maximum age will go to 25. Max ability will drop down to 3 stars. Technically, we have no cap space right now, but everything, of course, can change and be good to go depending on who we end up bringing in here. So, is there anybody available? Johnston, how long are you hurt for? Fractured skull. Okay, you're not playing anytime soon. So, if we look at the best potential, we want to look at guys like David Drake and Noah Gansky, more than likely, and these guys will just be depth signings that we could potentially trade later. So let's go for Noah Gansky, Bloomington, Minnesota. Let's do it. Noah, what do you think about signing? And Alexei Nevzorov, great name. Probably not who I'm going for, because we have other 2.5 stars here, and a lot of them are random dudes. Logan Britt. Is there anybody I recognize? There really, really isn't. Jonathan Schaefer of the Niagara Ice Dogs. Why not? We'll bring in a former Ice Dog. We have room for 2 forwards. Preferably both centers. Let's see who we have. Of course, right now, obviously, the salary cap, it's going to have to be addressed. We'll get there when we get there. Highest rated guy is Adam Tambellini, who played for Belleville last year. Yeah, he's not interested. That sounds about right. Cam Braze is day-to-day with a strained foot. Okay. Cam, what do you think? Out of Cobble Hill, BC. That should be Cam Braze signed, and it is. And forward-wise, let's go for Avery Peterson. Avery Peterson was on this team, and I think he left. And then didn't. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know what happened. Or I let go of him in the last episode. It was one or the other. What about Sam Huff, who played in the USHL last year? We'll sign him up. There we go. So we are way, way over the cap, but that's because everybody signed, right? So we'll send down Gansky. It's quick and easy. We'll send down to Sink. That's quick and easy. And then forward-wise, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably send down Howardchuk. That's fine. How many players do we have on roster now? We need to send down one more. I don't know what we're looking like cap-wise. 9 million over. Okay, so yeah, all we have to do is send down one more player. And it'll probably be Huff. Probably. Yeah, Huff, I think you're going down. Although, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could call up Luke Boca. Luke Boca. Congratulations. We'll send down Parker Coyne as well, and then technically we can bump up to Sink again as a depth option. And that actually brings us up to 21 again. Whoops. All right, never mind. Well, yeah, because we have one too many forwards signed, right? Because technically, you don't run 4 full lines. So, Andrusiak, hate to tell you, but down you go. And we'll see what we're looking like finally. We are okay. So yeah, we have our team established. 2 healthy scratches forward-wise, though. That's what I was worried about. They're just sitting there. They do nothing. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? So overall, do we have an amazing team? Not quite. It's quite well-rounded, though, and thankfully we do have Jamie Phillips in goal. I don't know how we're going to be able to compete, if at all. It should be very interesting to see how everything plays out with this team being as they currently are. We will play our first game of the season, or at least sim it, against Atlanta. Miroslav Svoboda between the pipes for them. It's a 3-2 win. Decent way to start. The issue here, though, of course, is that we are going to continually be thrown curveballs from the NHL and AHL, but it was for the best to clear out some of those half-decent players to make room for some of the younger guys, and at least now I'm aware of it. I swear I was aware of it before, but certainly more aware of it now. The whole 26 and under deal. Zanetti already signed a contract. I think that's the SPHL, is it not? So, good for him, and as far as the numbers are concerned, we're looking good. We're looking good. Let's see what we have here. Jamie Phillips, you are not going to get your preferred number, but that's okay. Jonathan Schaefer will, though. Oh boy, so many numbers. So many numbers. To Sink, I'm sorry, you don't get yours. So we do win our first game of the year. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something, though? I mean, I feel like it's fairly straightforward. We're good to go. We're good to move on. Do not disturb is off or on. And that could potentially prove to be a mistake. So with that off, I think we're good. I think we're okay. I hope. I'm very concerned for this season, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, it was our first opportunity as we have another game against Atlanta. It was our first opportunity to really put our own spin on this team. I'm kind of amazed at how well, as we beat Atlanta again, I'm kind of amazed at how well some of these other teams are constructed. I can't help but think that's just more assistance from their AI or, from like their higher up clubs. It's really the only thing that makes sense to me is that they'd have that little bit of extra help as, as compared to what we got going on right now with the Rangers and Wolfpack. But maybe not, and maybe I should actually, I think I will double check the scouting reports. Yeah, we're good. I'm so glad I know how good Thomas Greiss is. What I want to check is here. It's like with their roster, so like Dawson Lidl shows up as being on my roster. Okay. I was wondering, so like Kolomatis is on a near AHL contract. In fairness, not really. Huh. That's just weird to me how, like, cap-wise, okay, like, Newfoundland, it makes a lot of sense. I'm just wondering how they got, like, how is Hannah on that deal. Well, then again, I guess that doesn't make sense. Where were some of the other teams with more of the 3-star guys? There we go. So yeah, 36K for Wilcox, 26K. I guess, yeah, it adds up. It all adds up. In fairness, I can't say it's overly questionable. The AI is spending their money in a pretty wise way. So we have back-to-back games against Manchester. Let's sim this first one. Dylan against Ryan Ruck. We lose our first game of the year. Unfortunately, 15 shots against. 15 shots against our opponents there. We had 15 shots. Let's hope for a better performance. And we have an injured player already. It's a Bethune. Bethune. It's okay. We'll get O'Donnell on there. Hey, look at that. Fourth forward. He is a center. Look out, Manchester. Get ready. As we, holy hell. So we put up 15 shots one day. Next day we win 4-0. Sounds about right. 3-1 to start the year. I am not complaining whatsoever. Not a bad way to go. Not a bad way to go. Trying to figure out how long I want to stay alive for this one. I don't know. Do we want to go day to day? Do we want to handle the day-to-day as we await the injuries to roll in to just absolutely screw us over? The answer is probably yes. We're atop of the Eastern Conference. Let's hope it stays that way. We're playing out of Rondac. Kevin Rooney, their big spotlight player. Let's do this. 5-2 win. You know, we're on a decent roll here. I haven't fully, of course, set up the team in terms of making sure that everyone's playing like their best role or anything. I'm trusting the AI to do that for me, and right now, it's not exactly backfiring. We're looking okay, all things considered, which is very surprising. And Irving is back from injury, which is huge. That is our #1 right defenseman back from injury. Feeling pretty good about that. Overall, again, the roster's still looking okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Sam Huff showing up as a prospect. Yeah, that's about right. Playing the Growlers coming up. I knew that was, yep, I knew it. In fairness, though, I have room for one more player. So why the game just didn't call somebody up for me, I don't understand, but okay. I'll just bump up Sam Huff and we should be fine, right? Why the AI didn't do that for me, I don't know, but we should be fine. Payroll exceeds the cap. Oh boy, does it? Yeah, by 2K. By $2,000. We are over the cap. Damn. Alright. Who's getting paid? So yeah, like Dunk's getting paid a lot. Right. Huff should, yeah, Huff needs to go down for someone making 10K. Or it is kind of Irving's 14K that's now counting. That's a little bit painful. Just a little bit. So Huff, sorry, thought I was calling you up. You're going back down. I have no idea who I'm calling up. Can I call up to sync without any issue here? Are we good to go? We are so close to going. Yep, we're still over the line. By what? Oh my God! By under $1,000, we're still over the line. It is going to be a very tough season to manage with stuff like this going on. It is going to be a pain. So can I call up Ben Howarchuk? He's making 10. Bartek is making 10. Parker Acoin is making 10. And Andrusiak is making 10. Cool. I'm not saving money anywhere. Every single person's making 10. Boca, how much you're probably making 10. So in terms of the cap hits, it's going to have to be Irving, Phillips, or Walter that gets sent down. Or Dunk, because he's 2-star and making a ton of money. So Duncan. Hate to do this to you. Why would that only reduce the cap hit by 10? He's getting paid 56. That doesn't make any sense at all. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay, no, it does factor it in. Okay, we'll consider that the game kind of glitching out a little bit, right? Right. So, Noah Gansky, congratulations. We're going to bump you up. And let's see what we're looking like. So, that 37-year-old random Swedish dude is there. I know Aaron Irving's back. Trust me, I'm aware, because it just screwed up a lot of things for me. Thanks for the reminder. Appreciate it. It really did screw up a decent amount for me. Funny enough. Or maybe not funny enough. It's actually kind of a pain, but again, what are you going to do? Players need to be assigned numbers. I don't think they do. I think you could leave me the hell alone. Pick your own damn number that you don't see already hanging up. Come on now. If a number's taken, a number's taken. Them's the rules. The Newfie Growler, Stephen Dillon, between the pipes against Casimir Kaskisuo, and it's a 5-3 win. Not too shabby. They outshot us 41-35, but Lozon with a 3-point game led the way. Not bad. Off to a 5-1 start. Again, obviously, at the start of this episode, I was just a tad bit concerned with what I was seeing in terms of the other teams, how they're set up, how they were looking heading into the year. But overall, we're looking okay. We're looking okay. It's promising. Hopefully it stays that way. Again, we have no games coming up. Chris Nell. Oh boy, here we go. Jacob Ragnarsson, Brandon Crawley, Joey Keane, Levi Altonen, and Chris Nell have all been sent down. Shit. This is going to be fun now to try and figure out what the hell this team's going to look like. Chris Nell is a goaltender. Oh, boy. Okay. Cool. So what do we look like now? Salary, I mean, in fairness, does it not count against us? I guess it did auto-adjust. So Chris Nell is the best goaltender that we have, so it'll be him and Jamie Phillips. Keane, Crawley, and Ragnarsson are now the top 3 defensemen that we have. I'm going to see what we can do money-wise. So 4, 5, and then 6 with Anderson. So let me see if I can afford to call up Duncan. To be honest, we should get rid of him. He is far, far too expensive, and it's just going to complicate things. So that would be our 6, and then forward-wise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go with... So, I mean, Walters is what? Yeah, Walters is 2.5. So that's 6. And then Braze is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that kind of works out. So where are we right now in terms of players? We're at 19. We should just be able to make this to work. That wasn't a sentence. That wasn't a sentence, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, so going with the best organization option, we're looking good. We can actually afford everybody, which is shocking. But whoever the hell was called up just saved us. Just saved us heavily. So, overall, as if the squad wasn't looking good enough as it is, we're looking even better now. So, I was expecting to get a little bit screwed over. Not quite. To the contrary, with the likes of Chris Nell joining the team, and whoever the hell that 5.5-star potential talent was. I actually couldn't tell who that was. I looked too quickly at somebody. 4.5-star, not 5.5-star. That is Jacob Ragnarsson. Right. I at least want to go through one more game and play against Brampton. Now you watch. We'll lose this one, right? I mean, everything would indicate that, yeah, we're going to win this one. Probably not, now that we've had this much help added to the team. Got a feeling we're going to lose. Seems too good to be true. We'll see what happens. Oh, God, they've already made more changes. Altonen's not even going to play a game for us. Bethune's back from injury. Anderson, O'Donnell, and Terrence Wallin have all been called up. Oh, God. It begins. It begins. So if I hit setup, organization, is it going to balance it the way I need it to balance it? 14 out of 14, 290, 18 out of 20 players. I think we're okay, right? I think we're okay. So if I go back to the setup, again, I want Nell to be the starter. Stephen Fogarty is now our top-line center. So again, right now on roster, we still have Nell, Keane, Crawley, Ragnarsson, Lidl, Bethune, and Fogarty, who do not belong to us. Let's play the Brampton Beast. Jamie Phillips will get the start. Let's see what we do. We win 4-1 to move to 6-1 on the season. Dawson Lidl was the first star, 3-point game. Phillips with a strong effort as well as we outshot Brampton 41-29 at the Powerade Center. Shout out to Powerade. It'll quench your thirst, maybe. I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Powerade, Gatorade. Oh, God. What the hell was the other one? Hold on. Oh, Propel. Shout out to Propel. Man. You ever just get a random flashback to middle school where they used to have a vending machine that sold Propel and then they decided, nope, no more Propel. And you get, God, what even was it? I think it was just Aquafina flavored water, which was amazing as well. Shout out to my middle school that took away the Propel. R.I.P. Propel. R.I.P. We play the Reading Royals and win 7-1. 41 shots to 28 in their favor, but we walk away with the win. 3-point games for Schmaltz, Lidl, and Fogarty. We'll have an instant rematch here the very next day. I'm going to get through the month of October. It's the 27th, heading into the 28th. I at least want to get through the month before we call it quits on this episode. And again, as far as how much progress we make per episode, I have no idea. Depends on what happens. So let's see. Chris Nell is in against Griffin Outhouse. And we get the 2-1 win. We are 8-1 on the season, off to a flying start off the back of some strong goaltending in the majority of these games. When it looked like we might struggle to get someone like Jamie Phillips into the lineup, we've done quite well to overcome that. Feeling pretty good about what we've done so far this year. We have 1, maybe 2 more games left this month. I mean, obviously we're playing Manchester tomorrow. I assume that's the first game of a back-to-back. We will find out for sure in one moment. It is not. So this is the final game of the episode against the Manchester Monarchs. Jamie Phillips against Cole Keller. And we do get crushed 6-2. But, I mean, an 8-2 record through our first 10 games. I am not complaining at all about our fortunes thus far this season. Pretty damn good. Better than I ever really could have expected. We are the top team in the Eastern Conference, although, I mean, we've played 10 games. Norfolk's played 6. It's a little bit too early to tell. But hopefully, this site here, top team in the ECHL, hopefully that continues to be the case. 39 goals for, by the way. The offense off to a flying start. And in fairness, we actually have allowed quite a few goals. I mean, especially compared to, like, the Allen Americans. In the next episode, we continue on with our second season. Let me know what you think, by the way, about someone like Duncan Siemens, who we should probably ditch. He's a little bit overpaid. But what moves we could potentially make. Overall, though, strong start to Season 2, and we lost Jacob Ragnarsson. RIP.